METATRON GR Clinical software is the new development of the app. This software has all features from previous versions of diagnostic software developed by the app, and also it introduces innovative developments in the sphere of nonlinear diagnostic systems. METATRON GR Clinical software has significantly increased accuracy of acquired diagnostic results by establishing a feedback system between a patient and hardware system. This objective is achieved by introduction of possibility to enter into software results of patients by chemical analysis, for example of blood or urine, acquired by laboratory methods. The first decade of the new century is marked by considerable extension of NLS technology's diagnostic features. First of all, by means of new technologies introduction and application of modern computing equipment. Such concepts as NLS ultramicroscopy, nonlinear spectral and entropic analysis, high-frequency NLS therapy has become customary in clinics. Together with development of inexpensive portable digital NLS systems, scope of their application will be extended also. Improvement of communications mean capabilities will allow to transmit live pictures to medical consulting centers from any place on Earth. Pragmatic market of 3D visualizing diagnostic technologies is formed by means of harmless non-ionizing methods, allowing to fulfill multiple dynamic researches. Advanced NLS technologies undoubtedly will come to the fore. Nonlinear diagnostics, based on new physics of quantum entropic interactions, allows to acquire maximum information about gravity, maturity, and intensity of functional changes in human organism during medical checkup. In majority of cases, application of this technology has a principal meaning for diagnosing and therefore for choosing a proper treatment course. Thereby, developing of this method has become a great improvement in diagnostic medicine. Using the principle of NLS diagnostics and taking as the basis researches of academic Svyatoslav Pavlovich Nesterov, who invented underlying trigger sensor, at the beginning of the 90s of the last century, the Institute of Practical Psychophysics started to design NLS diagnostic systems. According to European Union experts, diagnostic equipment manufactured by the IPP holds 20% of the world's market of medical nonlinear technologies nowadays. Development of NLS technologies cannot be separated from main problems of medicine, reasons of disease development, the early diagnostics, and objectivization of treatment efficiency. Despite decreasing of cardiovascular diseases mortality rate according to world statistics, the situation around epidemic number 1 still remains unfavorable. Constant growing of oncological and hereditary pathologies is registered. In modern world, protective, less invasive, bloodless surgery goes together with therapy which becomes more and more aggressive. And if we take into account that our civilization is technogenous, it's quite possible that humanity will face new and unknown diseases in future. With this background, development of diagnostic methods goes on, and NLS researches is one of the most significant among them. To achieve significant progress in quality of NLS pictures, considerable increase of amount and accuracy of contained information is required. So the main objective of modern technologies development is increasing of amount and accuracy of diagnostic information in NLS picture. Nowadays, new approaches to acquiring and analysis of information can be divided into those related to visualization in 3-dimension mode, and those related to increasing of devices generation frequency, which is directly associated with increasing of resolution during research of human tissues ultrafine structures. In identification of NLS systems operating characteristics, high-frequency generators have principal meaning. Major part of the most significant achievements in picture quality improvement and in growing of our clinical possibilities are related to innovations in development of nonlinear generators. Working frequency ranges of modern generators are within 1.4–4.9 GHz, which allow us to research almost all internal organs, anatomical masses, and tissues with up to 30 micron resolution. But non-invasive visualization of ultrafine structure of tissue at separate cell organelles and DNA fragments may be hampered. That is why technology of high-frequency nonlinear generators manufacturing has changed greatly. At the present time, together with American company Clinic Tech Incorporated, super high-frequency nonlinear generators with operating frequency of 40 to 100 GHz are developed and clinically tested. It allowed to reach resolution of 100 angstrom. These technologies, which are not yet widely applied, are already called NLS ultra-microscanning. Most probably, in near future, thanks to development of this area, we will be able to look at epithelial and endothelial tissues at subcell level more closely, and to research and correct clusters of reborn cells. Together with International Academy of Nonlinear Diagnostic Systems, headed by academician Vladimir Nesterov, We created analog-free research equipment, allowing to monitor condition of biological object by changes in field generated by organisms' tissues, separate cells, chromosomes, DNA, and to treat a living cell with high-frequency fields. The main problem of treating a cell's ultrastructure and DNA helix is to find an extremely precise instrument which, similar to laser, could influence DNA structure with diameter less than 2 nanometers. Creation of such unique instrument has become possible only after super high-frequency nonlinear generators were developed. These generators have frequency of few dozens of gigahertz and additional feature of wide pulse signal modulation to generate field oscillations with parameters peculiar to living cell in order to restore its regulatory mechanisms. Another promising area of NLS technology development is the creation of nonlinear telemedicine monitoring system. A remarkable opportunity of this method lies in enhancing the sensitivity of diagnostics and expanding the system's functionality by means of technologically remote diagnostics in asynchronous mode of dialogue between a doctor and a patient, when they can communicate with each other interactively regardless of the distance between them. The system offered by the Institute of Practical Psychophysics provides an opportunity to ensure an audio-visual contact between a patient and a doctor during nonlinear diagnostics, when doctor is at a great distance from a patient. The equipment can be applied in clinics, diagnostic centers, and scientific research institutes to carry out distant diagnostics of patients using mobile terminals, in field conditions, in the mountains, and at sea. The body of the obtained data is sent through a specialized server to a medical advisory center with the observance of data safety requirements. Another technical achievement which opens up new prospects and features in NLS diagnostics is three-dimensional picture. Originally, 3D appeared in computer tomography because processing powers allowed to summarize parallel crosscuts into one multidimensional unit. Even few years ago, 3D was considered as hardly applicable long-term aestheticism of professionals in NLS diagnostics. In the present time, it is an integral part of not only scientific studies, but practical diagnostics also. There is a growing number of such terms as surgery under control of three-dimensional NLS visualization or 3D virtual NLS graphy. Preparation of NLS pictures for visual analysis is carried out by means of 4D tissue original technology developed by the Institute. It allows not only getting of virtual multidimensional pictures of anatomic and histological structures, but also to mark with color interesting biological tissue, so-called additional dimension, and also visualize bones, soft tissues and vessels simultaneously or in any desired succession. Great future of such programs is unquestionable, because these technical achievements facilitate therapists' job and allow to represent clearly anatomic structures and pathological changes in a researched organism. It seems that creation of ultra-high-speed intellectual NLS scanner is one of the most important features of new 3D generation. More and more clinical therapists realize necessity to master NLS diagnostic equipment, because need in properly educated experts in this field is obvious. But among traditional medicine specialists, there is a tendency to pay more attention to researches with computed X-ray imaging and magnetic resonance imaging. That is why NLS technologies, unfortunately, are still hidden among more orthodox methods of diagnostics. Clinicians are ready to improve their diagnostic possibilities by using of NLS technology, quite often without X-ray, MRI and radionuclide methods. Nevertheless, only in strategic partnership of NLS diagnostic experts, radiologists and clinicians may be found the key to optimal diagnostic and healing application of this, in all senses, original and efficient medical technology. The Institute of Practical Psychophysics is the only company in the world that deals with design, development, manufacturing, sales and servicing of hardware-software systems for nonlinear diagnostics METATRON. NLS diagnostics is a non-invasive, quick and highly informative method of organism investigation that allows to get qualitative evaluation of functional condition of an organism, control effectiveness and results of different treatment methods, evaluate adaptive abilities of an organism, analyze dynamics of organism functional state changes during treatment, locate primary nidus of functional breach, evaluate character of a pathology using expert systems, and to evaluate general parameters of homeostasis. For the first time in METATRON GR Clinical software, we introduced application of three-dimensional reconstruction of pictures on basis of data read with multidimensional research, a study of hollow organs according to principles of virtual NLS scopy with use of lab system, ultra-high performance processor system. Preparation of pictures for visual analysis is fulfilled with help of 4D tissue original method invented by the Institute that allows not only getting of virtual multidimensional pictures of anatomic structures, but also choosing of interesting biological tissue, additional dimension, and visualizing of bones, soft tissues, and vessels simultaneously. Morphology button turns on mode of pathomorphologic three-dimensional analysis of human body anatomic structures. Expert mode allows more detailed visualizing of separate anatomic structures. Fast vision function allows examining of separate anatomic structures quickly and in every detail. Deep vision function allows visualizing of internal, deep structures of a body, normally hidden by other anatomic structures. Crosscut selection allows making crosscut of organ model by a plane. Crosscuts may be done in 3 perpendicular planes: frontal, sagittal, and horizontal. Database of etалons is extended significantly. Biochemical indices, new enzymes, hormones, oncological markers, for example, cancer of pancreas, stomach, lungs, prostate, mammary glands, ovaries, and so on, are introduced. Immunoglobulin of the first order, which allow to reveal immunodeficiency states. Microelements introduced all chemical elements contained in human organism. Dependence of chemical elements' wave spectrum's character on their location in periodical table is revealed. So it gives us a possibility to evaluate quantitatively indices of human organism homeostasis and diagnose its disorders on early stages. Using NLS analysis function, it became possible to reveal and control content of various microelements in an organism. Homeopathic preparations. We introduced new modern medications, revealed strict dependence of wave spectrum analysis among humoral constitutional peculiarities of organism, blood group, rhesus factor, some biochemical indices, and spectrum of a homeopathic preparation. Nutraceuticals. Database of food supplements is extended, in particular with products of NSP company. Allopathy. Database of modern allopathic preparations is significantly extended. New antibiotics, immunomodulators, probiotics, and other medications are introduced. In this software, we have introduced a new feature, psycho-emotional state, which allows us to evaluate in real-time mode emotional background of a patient and detect interrelation between development of mental and somatic pathology and emotional state of a patient. We added etалons of 73 emotional conditions, such as hope, faith, sorrow, anger, and so on, to a section of psycho-emotional condition screening. Our thoughts and feelings form strictly individual, spatial frequency modulated physical field. That is why, before we achieve true progress in medicine and psychology, we have to learn to interpret emotional disorders as disharmonic fluctuations affecting normal functional condition of an organism. There is so close connection between emotions and development of a disease that sometimes it is possible to foresee course of person's disease by evaluation of his emotional stress. The main thing is to see how a person deals with his stress, to identify his emotions, his personal tolerance. All these things may be evaluated by software's psycho-emotional screening function. Database of allergens is extended. We introduced spectrums of heavy metals, strontium, cadmium,